This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. It is 6 o'clock. This will start the special meeting of the Rome City Council. It's Thursday, August 4th, 2022. Thank you. Do have a quorum this evening. We're going to start out with our prayer since Pastor Van Zant from Antioch Church is here.
Everybody will pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day, and I thank you for this opportunity that we have to come and gather tonight. Lord, I pray that you'll please us give us wisdom and understanding from you, and Lord, I pray that you'll please us allow us to make the best decisions that are for the city, and Lord, I pray that you'll please us allow each individual city council member to be able to make the right decisions as well, Lord, that it will be for the safety and the betterment of the patrons of Rome. Lord, I pray and ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. We got public comments. Sorry.
We have Deborah Beecraft.
Oh, I'm supposed to read through all of this. The council is not permitted to take action on or discuss any comments made to the council at this time concerning an item not listed on the agenda. However, a council member or mayor may make a statement of fact regarding the item, make a statement concerning the policy regarding the item, and or may propose that the item be placed on a future agenda or direct the city administrator to contact the individual to address. If you are attending the meeting via live streaming, and you would like to make a public comment, you must email the city secretary at citysecretary@cityofrome.com prior to 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting and must identify each subject you plan to present to be recognized. If the writer of a public comment wants someone to read the letter, it will only be read by the city secretary and must be emailed prior to the email address to 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Public comments made in person require the speaker to submit the sign-up form to the city secretary prior to the meeting, and the form must identify each subject the speaker plans to present. A statement of no more than 3 minutes may be made. There will be no yielding of time to another person. Comments should be directed to the entire council, not individual members. Engaging in verbal attacks or comments intended to insult, abuse, malign, or slander any individuals shall be cause for termination of time privileges and removal from council chambers. All right, what you got me, Shayna?
The only speaker we have is Deborah Beecraft.
Hello, I'm Deborah Beecraft. I live at 360 West 2nd. And I know the only thing is executive session, but y'all have came out of executive session in the past and said, we vote on option B. Please don't do that tonight. Tell us what you're voting on. Otherwise, we have to do open records request, and that just makes the girls have to do more work. So when you come out of executive session, if you could actually tell us what you're voting on, not just option 1, 2, or 3, it would be helpful to the citizens, because meetings are open to the citizens. They're supposed to be open meetings so that we know what our city council is doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Beecraft. You got anybody else, Shayna? All right, thank you. Any announcements from council members?
I do have one. I would like to thank Chief DeCredico and the Rome Fire Department for their quick actions last night. With their quick response time, along with the Rome PD and the other organizations in the area, they saved the homes and lives of many of our neighbors on 287 yesterday. That was one of the largest fires I believe we've had within city limits. So thank you, Chief, both chiefs, for y'all's department's quick response, and thank you for all the hard work you continue to do.
Thank you. All right, I guess we will convene at 6:05. We will convene into executive session. I'm going to make a couple of quick. Section A 551.071, consultation with the attorney, pending or contemplated litigation, settlement offer, or to seek advice from attorney. And Section C 551.074, personnel, discuss appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or hear complaint or charge against officer or employee in executive session unless officer or employee requests a public hearing. It'll be on the city administrator. Okay, actually it's 6:06 now. We will convene into executive session. Yes. We 6:56, we will convene into regular session at this time. We've got three things that we're going to be considering. First of all is the resignation of Cynthia Northrup, considering a contract for her release of $25,000.
Mayor, I believe that is private until it's
I just
actually
asked
signed and
Carvin. I just asked Carvin if I could ask the amounts. Is that not true? What we will pay Ms. Northrup, $25,000 for a release, $100,000 in severance. She will be held on, I gathered, indefinitely at a rate of $50 per hour. That's the first thing we're going to consider. The second thing we're going to consider is that appointing Eric Debus as the interim city administrator at a salary of $105,600. And then the other thing that we are going to consider is to retain Ms. Northrup on a contract basis at a rate of $50 per hour. So, motion on the first one to approve the separation with Cynthia Northrup and the city of Rome.
Before I make that motion, I'd like to make a couple of statements. And this first statement is on behalf of the majority of the council. It is the city council's intent, obligation, and sworn duty to ensure a legal and safe work environment for all employees, to maintain a productive work environment for all employees, to improve and focus on productivity and timeliness of all aspects of city business, to be keenly aware of the balance between costs and the operation of the city's current needs as well as future needs. It is also the city council's intent, obligation, and sworn duty to uphold the ordinance of conduct relative to the city council, beginning with the former city secretary's resignation until his current date, to include former city secretary, director of public works department member, fire chief, and now the city administrator. Every staff member indicated the main reason for the resignation was the behavior of a former mayor, a former city council member, and the current mayor. Because of the inappropriate actions of these three individuals when it pertains to the resignations, hiring searches, interim positions, agreement fees, legal fees.
May I interrupt?
No, you
Carvin,
may not.
Are we going to litigate this publicly? Okay.
And other associated fees to the hiring of individuals within the city. Because of their actions, they have cost the city in excess of over $500,000 in such fees. Money that could have been better spent in necessary upgrades to our facilities, better equipment for our first responders, or even put towards city events. City ordinances, state laws, and federal laws are clear that elected officials, as well as staff supervisors, must comply to those laws, which encourage a positive, productive, and cost-effective work environment. There is no room for political or personal agendas, which can undermine the goal of having a team participating staff. The City Council will take action to improve the work environment, improve productivity and timeliness of city business, reduce direct costs associated with staff turnover, and uphold the ordinance of conduct. And I have a personal statement as well. Cynthia, this city would not be where it is today without your knowledge and your expertise as our city administrator. You have helped to digitalize our city information, bring our city's programs and bookkeeping into the 21st century, and provide an unfounded amount of information that any city could ever hope to have from a city administrator. You have always treated everyone with professionalism and courtesy while holding others in high regards commensurate to their positions within the community. You once hired a dream team of department heads that put this city on a fast track to a successful future. I could take all night long talking about all the successful things you've done with this city and accomplished while your employment with Rhome, and I wish you nothing but success in everything that you do. However, it is with my deepest regret that I must motion to approve the separation agreement as negotiated with the city administrator, Cynthia Northup.
Do we have a second?
I second.
And all in favor? No? Approve Eric Debus for interim city administrator at an annual rate of $105,600. Do I hear a motion? Second? All in favor? 3 aye, 1 no. Okay.
I would
And
like to make a statement. Are we done with the motions?
nope.
Okay.
The third one, authorizing an additional extension of a contract on a contract basis to Cynthia Northup at a rate of $50 an hour. I don't believe we have any, I believe that's indefinite, as far as I know. $50 an hour for the work with the city. Okay, and what was the final date on that? February? I don't think we clarified hiring the city administrator, or who would take care of the hiring. I will also add for this second issue, or the second item for the interim director, that was agreed in the part of the contract, is that Eric Debus will not answer to the mayor. He will answer to the mayor pro tem. Okay. The third item, like I said, approving the contract for $50 an hour for this period of time. Do I hear a motion?
I so motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All no? All right. That's a wrap.
I'd like to make a statement, Mayor.
There is, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there is one more motion.
What's the other motion?
And that motion is
3.
that, is that all right if I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I make a motion that the mayor pro tem duties will be expanded to those of identical to the mayor, and will be used in so that the city work can get done whenever you're not available. So,
I believe that's going to have to be put on a future agenda. We did not discuss that in the back, and it is not part of the conversation today. Mr. Atkins?
It is part of a contract.
Whoa.
Yes.
What can I say? Pull the rug out from underneath me.
Mayor, you were in that discussion, so you know full
I know.
well
No,
what
I
was
didn't
discussed.
understand that part.
Well,
But
then you
that's
should
okay.
ask
We're going to make
clarifying information.
we're going to ask for a motion.
So motioned already.
I'll second.
Of course. All in favor?
I
Noes.
No. Can I say something in regard to that?
Go.
As I said back in the back room, I did not get a
You-
copy of the
You
contract.
need to be careful because that is executive session, so
No, I'm saying I did not get a contract to review. That's why she didn't understand it, because we did not get to review the contract before we went back. I mean, yeah, we went back there and talked about it, but those contracts are 3 separate contracts.
Carvin offered them up. He had copies of them for us to
So
review.
would you have liked me to sit back there and read all 3 of them?
We offered that. We sat there and offered that. Nobody took
We're
one.
all going to sit there, and I'm going to sit there and take hours reading all 3.
If that's what we have to do to conduct
Oh, okay.
city business, yes.
Well, I'll know that for future reference.
Are we allowed to talk about what goes on in closed session out here? Okay. Well, none of the rest of us had a copy either, so it wasn't unique to anybody.
Ms. Northrup, I believe you had a statement.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to share this, and I have endured and persevered through 2+ years of defamation on social media, continuing to perform professionally and admirably, according to the majority of the council. When the originator of the unfounded attacks moves into City Hall and continues relentlessly in spite of my willingness to continue to serve, it is no longer in the best interest of the city of Rome. No one should be subjected to attacks, accusations, and verbal abuse in the workplace. There are productive, professional, and civil ways to address perceived issues. The parade of resignations of Rome's leadership team due to the pervasive negative political culture should be a wake-up call. Unfortunately, some elected officials have not employed professionalism and civility in their capacity as elected officials by taking off their political hats and putting on the fiduciary hat of operating in Rome's best interest. I've said this before, and it bears repeating. Staff is here to serve the citizens and the mayor and council. We are neutral and should not be dragged into the negative politics. Rome has huge potential, but until all of its citizens can come together, focus on common areas to move Rome forward, the extreme negative environment will be its downfall. I'm thankful that the majority of council members who have supported staff, myself included, and remain professional have focused on addressing the challenges of growth by laying the foundations of planning and investing in critically needed infrastructure to prepare Rome to be a wonderful place to live, work, and raise a family. The council's recognition and support of staff in our various roles has been invaluable. As previously stated, staff is here to serve the citizens and the mayor and council, providing professional advice, and once council acts or directs, we do our best to implement their directives in our various roles and capacities. I have been privileged to lead many teams over the years, and I can confidently say that the City of Rome's leadership team, former and current, and all employees have been some of the most knowledgeable, professional, and dedicated public servants I have worked with. I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to work with each and every one of them. While I am willing to continue to serve, I do believe it's in the best interest of the city of Rome to allow the next city administrator the opportunity to serve. And I would leave you with this encouragement in all sincerity. How good and pleasant it is for people to dwell together in unity, for there the Lord commands the blessing.
All right. Is that a wrap? Motion to adjourn? Anybody? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay. 7:10. This will conclude the August 4th meeting of the Rome City Council.